Well, hello, my beautiful friends. I hope everybody is doing well. I want to come into this space here with you guys, and I was feeling pulled to do a message around the 1111 portal, and it's going to be a collective message, of course. And I was pulled to this Desert Rites Oracle, so we will start out with that. Before we get into it, I did want to remind everybody that there is, or today rather, is the last day to use the coupon code EVOLVE. This gives you $20 off of a 30-minute reading. And you can book that at moonlightintuitive.net. You'll just click on book online. It's the second one there on the page. Just a heads up, today is the last day for that. And if you see, there's going to be some changes on the website. You'll see that there is, I'm in the process of rebranding and restructuring everything. And so as a reminder, as of December 31st, I will no longer be offering personal readings. There'll be a whole new structure, and it's not going to be, strictly tarot and all that stuff. So just a little heads up there. Now you can book them and save them if you'd like, but to be able to come on January 1st and book a personal reading, that's not going to be offered anymore. Okay. All right, my loves, let's get into this message here and see what wants to come through. Spirit, what do we need to know? The energies with this 1111 portal here for the collective. What message needs to be heard? Show me for the collective. Elevation. Exhaustion. Yes, indeed. This is something that has been coming up quite a bit. I've been writing some of the blogs around this. The soul is tired. And a refuge. Yeah. Definitely a time to go inward here. Okay. But it is so that there can be elevation. I'm seeing grounding in the present here underneath the deck. Okay, let's see what comes through. Tell me for the collective. I am getting that. The soul is tired. There's this, there's a relinquishing of something here that I'm picking up, but so that there can be this, so that there can be this elevation is how it's coming through to me. There might be a period that we go through as a collective where we may not have a choice but to turn inward. We may not have a choice but to be still. What do we need to know? We have the moon. Pisces energy there. I also read that as Cancer sometimes. The 5 of Swords. The 10 of Wands. I had a feeling. The 10, I'm telling you, there's something about overdoing it. Doing a lot, too much work. I wish I could remember, because they're giving me that reading where I rolled to get a timing and it came up as Capricorn season. I'll see if I can find that reading. If anybody knows what, I feel like it had something to do with it. It felt like a global message. Okay. There's something about the reason we keep, picking up and feeling like we have to accomplish something, or we got to push ourselves, force ourselves, or push through something, even if it's difficult, even if it's heavy. And I'm not talking about quitting, but I am talking about taking on too much. And I feel like there's something here with this moon card about the fear of letting that energy go. If I don't do this, then this could happen. And I feel like there's this battle with this inner dialogue around this. The exhaustion, okay, is not doing any it's not doing anyone any good here. The Page of Pentacles, yeah, there is something about starting something new. We have the Hanged Man. Okay, I feel like there's we're in Mercury retrograde, okay, the 9th through the 29th of November. Um this feels like a slowing down to regain some kind of perspective. That's what I feel like we're looking at here. Give me a moment. Let me just get the rest of the cards out. Strength. Yeah. Something about doing something in a new way or a different way seems difficult. It seems difficult. It's like it's going to take some courage here. Seeing Leo energy. We have the Two of Swords. There's a Crossroads energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of you are questioning whether you are capable of something here. And we have the Seven of Swords underneath the deck. Yeah, this feels a lot like the avoidance that I was picking up in that collective energy transmission that I did. I'll put that reading here at the end about taking the off ramp, taking the exit versus seeing where the road goes. I'll put that at the end. Okay, so what I'm getting is that there's this battling with like putting something down or feeling like we need to constantly be productive to prove ourselves in the world. But there is something here about that being conditioning. I'm hearing asinine. Okay. Can you tell me a little more about the fear, the uncertainty around this? What is the fear, the uncertainty that's coming through for the collective around this, please? Ace of Swords. The Lovers. Oh, wow. The Tower. Yeah. There's this inner truth that I feel like you are having this kind of experience around, this knowing that you have that doing this is going to bring some kind of balance, some kind of harmony, a homeostasis, okay, in your life. But your fear, the moon, okay, your fear here is that it's going to be a disaster. That something's going to fall apart on you. Can you tell me anything specifically about that Tower? Also, some of you may have this feeling that someone is coming through or coming forward that's valuable to you or is important to you somehow when you decide to make this shift. Okay, and the shift I'm talking about is like laying down the burden. And I feel like it's about doing, again, because of this exhaustion energy. We have the Five of Wands. You feel like it's going to be a struggle, which is why you have piled something onto your plate here, piled something onto you, carrying the burden. Why the Five of Swords? The World. Yeah. The Eight of Cups. You want your soul wants to let go of something, or wants to walk away from something, wants to wash your hands of something. Now, this can be anything. It doesn't have to be a relationship. People automatically go to that. This could be your maybe a career that you've had for the last 20, 30 years. Maybe this is a family that you've always shown up for and you always step in, to handle things for. And maybe this is about meeting your needs first, or making sure that you're, putting yourself first here, not in a selfish way, but in a self-love way. And so there's almost like this fear of letting something that your soul wants to let go. We have the Nine of Cups. That's incredible. Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. So walking away, and there's this achievement, there's this gaining of fulfillment. But there's something about continuing to be a part of something, continuing to partake in something, continuing to give our energy to something that actually your soul wants to let go of. I can see it. And there may be a rest period here that's needed, okay, prior to initiating this Page of Pentacles, planting this new seed, or maybe you're planting the seed during that time period. But meditation, rest, self-care, all very important right now. This isn't, if there ever was a time for you to stop putting yourself on the back burner, it's right now. Okay. And it almost feels like we're needing to kind of like brace for some energy that's incoming, some shift in energy that's incoming. And you're going to want to be spiritually right here. Okay. Before this happens. But again, there's something here about the elevation. I feel like you're afraid that something's going to fall apart. And it may seem that way initially, but actually what I'm getting is that there's a profound shift and change in a positive direction. Okay. So again, there's a pause here, some bravery that's needed. Okay. Before we initiate whatever this Page of Pentacles is, or it could be something coming in for some of you, but I think you already know about it. It feels like something you want to grow. Show me this Page of Pentacles. Right now it's in like a gestation period here. And I feel like too, if there is something here that you're wanting to plant a seed on, this Page of Pentacles is you sitting like in this stillness, okay? You turning inward here. It seems like you're going to be getting a lot of downloads. There's some importance here on meditation, quiet. There's the Three of Wands. There is a future. There is, with this Page of Pentacles, there is potential with this Page of Pentacles. But again, what I'm seeing is that you're not sure that you have what it takes to handle this. Why is bravery and courage needed here? Why is patience also needed? I'm seeing that. This feels like the stillness, the Six of Wands. Some of you with this Leo energy, there could be something about you being in the limelight, you being kind of well known for something. It doesn't have to be in the world. It could be in your circles or in your community or whatever. Okay. There's something here about being known, accolades, recognition, being seen with that Leo energy. I picked this up recently again too in the most recent collective transmission that I did this past Sunday, a couple days ago. I'll put that also here. Okay, I'll put these two readings that I'm referencing here, and they actually went hand in hand, as a matter of fact. Some of you could be dealing with a Chiron in Leo, or have your Chiron placement in the 5th house. Some of you this is about you kind of gathering your strength and your energy to be the voice of something, to be the face of something. I'm not just talking about business. Maybe this is about a truth that you stand for. Maybe this is about something you want to stand up for. Maybe this is what you want to be known for. A lot of you are really waking up to your purpose. That's what Collapse Codes is going to really be about. helping you to step into your purpose, to remove the blockages in your life that are preventing you from doing that, which is why I harp on Chiron so much. Okay. Y'all go take a peek at the website. Feel free to give me your feedback on what you're seeing there. Okay, so you're afraid that you can't handle something, that you don't have what it takes, and that comes from you needing to value yourself. The Magician. Yeah, you're not sure about the creation of this. Okay, we have the Chariot and we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're afraid to move on this. You're afraid to what's going to be created if you start this or you do something here. Okay, with your with these downloads that you're getting, with your purpose, with this nudge that I feel like you're getting. It doesn't feel really clear right now, but I can guarantee you in Sagittarius season, as we move out of the Mercury retrograde, it's going to become very clear. Okay. There's a fear of moving on this. The dogs might start playing in the background. There's a fear of moving on this. There's stress and worry about what you're going to create or how to move forward with something. So show me the Seven of Swords. So again, some of you might want to like avoid this. Some of you may want to like move off the path or go in a different direction, or continue with this Ten of Wands. Continue with the heaviness. Continue with that carrying that burden or putting the weight on you. This is not about doing more. It's not quantity over quality. It's quality over quantity. Okay. It's like, wouldn't we rather have a quarter than 25 pennies? All right. Show me the Seven of Swords. The dogs are about to get rammy, so I may have to pause this. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. There's something a purpose that you're like avoiding here, but you're being called to this. Look at this, Temperance. You're being pulled in this direction, but there's an avoidance. Ask for the guidance that you need in order to implement some kind of strategy or plan here to initiate whatever this is for you. Now, for some of you, this could be, maybe this is about you allowing yourself to be seen. Maybe this is about getting yourself out amongst people, community, creating new connections, friend groups, allowing your true authentic self to be seen. For a lot of you, though, I feel like this is some kind of work. I'm hearing the work. Tell me a little more about that Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting something about imposter syndrome or something about fearing being disappointed, disappointing others, being seen as a disappointment. Again, all this coming from childhood is something I've been picking up. And the Four of Swords. Yeah, that's where you're healing this. Again, it's your ability to accomplish something, your ability to accomplish whatever this is, you seeing your value, you seeing the value that you bring to the world, that you bring to the table here. And that's what you're going to, I feel like that's what you need to hold on to. How can I help them overcome whatever this is? Can you give me some guidance here on how they can overcome this? Ten of Cups. How bad do you want it? Okay. We have 10 of Cups. We have the 5 of Cups. A willingness to kind of go without, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. There's something about a willingness to go without. We can, there's something about like you have the ability to have what you want in life. Okay. The kind of support, the kind of love, the kind of connections, the kind of, partnerships, the career, the whatever your profession is here. Okay. This is about you being willing to take action, even if you don't know it all, even if you don't have it all figured out here. Okay. This is your willingness to invest in yourself and your willingness to, in investing in yourself here, I feel like you're bringing something to the world. Okay. or you're bringing something to a community or a group of people, whatever it is. It's different for all of you. So I've got to be kind of vague with that. But I think a lot of you are fearing like disappointing someone or being seen as a disappointment, or just, even disappointing yourself, which is why I feel like you kind of avoid it. But the calling is there with temperance. Okay. This 10 of Cups is like you're going to have regrets. You can continue down the path of the 5 of Cups, but the Ace of Pentacles is saying the potential for the 10 of Cups is here. Show me more about temperance. 3 of Swords. 3 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I keep getting, this is connected to this 10 of Wands. How you've been doing something is from a place of lack and scarcity. Seven of Wands. Yeah, and this prevents you from doing this. Okay, and the 8 of Wands. It prevents you from even taking any kind of action or moving on this. So this is tied to self-worth. Where does this disappointment energy come from? Can you show me the root cause of this? Justice. The King of Cups, okay. If you are around somebody or you're tied to somebody that doesn't see what this Page of Pentacles can be, doesn't see the potential that you have, I feel like it's almost like sealing that for you. In other words, it's almost like being involved in that is like confirmation that you can't or you don't have or whatever. Okay, you can't see your own value being involved with whatever this is. For some of you, there could be a recent divorce. I'm getting a lot of things, guys, so bear with me. For some of you, there could have been some kind of like recent divorce, or you're moving through a divorce now. Could be in a separation period that might have happened over Libra, Scorpio season. Doesn't have to be that, but for some of you, it could be a Libra or a Scorpio you're dealing with, or something imbalanced when it comes to partnerships. I feel like how you see yourself could be, it could be being contributed to by a situation that you've been dealing with here. It's like compounded. There's an energy that's not supportive that I feel like you need to get away from, because it's just like, how do I put that? Okay, let me see. I'm going to try to articulate this properly. I'm sorry, guys. Again, Mercury retrograde, but there's a lot going on here. So your belief of yourself is being reflected by this individual, okay, that you're dealing with, or the situation that you're dealing with that's out of balance. Okay. I feel like the mirror reflection is there for you to see this aspect of yourself. I also feel like when you make a choice to release yourself or exit a situation, the 8 of Cups, okay, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, we're going in a positive direction. We're not headed toward the tower. We're headed toward wish fulfillment. We're headed toward fulfillment in general. But when you make that decision, the moment you make that decision, your frequency changes. But the action is like the side effect of that frequency change. So as you're moving away from this person and taking that action, this is where you kind of wake up to the fact that, oh, what I do bring is valuable. Who I am is valuable. And so you start to see yourself as valuable because you're removing yourself from a situation that doesn't see that about you. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Okay. So I feel like there's resistance right now to even taking the action. Hold on, guys. That could have been some kind of synchronicity. I'm just gonna tell you what just happened. So I wasn't expecting anybody. There was this van that showed up. It was a professional van, but it had the Marine Corps, it had like American flag all over it. And it referenced the Marine Corps, a play on words, Semper Fi. And it was like a veteran owned company. So I don't know if that's something that maybe is a confirmation for somebody here, but they just turned around and left. So it just seems like it was totally random. Okay. Nobody comes down this driveway really. So I've got quite a long driveway and I'm kind of back off in the woods by myself. So so there's this resistance to even getting moving forward on this. I feel like that's why there needs to be a firm decision, okay? Because again, the fear is standing in your way, and the fear is what needs to be removed. We need to ask ourselves why we're fearing something. And I feel like, again, the thing that you're going to come to is something about disappointment and you feeling like you don't have the ability to manage something properly because that's what you were told at some point. Okay. That's what you were told at some point, and you've believed it. And there's something that you're dealing with now that is a reflection of this. The minute you make the decision, the minute that you take the action based off that decision, your frequency changes. I'm not seeing where something falls apart on you. I'm seeing that you are fully capable of whatever this is, of initiating this, of starting this, of growing this, whatever it is, you're fully capable of it. The only thing standing in your way is you. I feel the need to pull a lantern oracle. So we'll do that. Let's see what wants to come through here. Show me guidance, advice, reminders, confirmation. Moving forward, number 28. The first step is taken within our stillness. 1 second, guys. Apologies. Okay, I know the camera's gone. I bumped it. I have to completely go out in order for this to fix itself. So I'm just going to leave it and I'm just going to read this to you because we're closing out anyway, okay? When we feel stuck, tired, or uninspired, we typically seek change, movement, or stimulation by adding something new to our lives, putting more on the plate. 10 of Wands. We may also be advised to do so by well-meaning individuals, the assumption being that an external alteration is the solution to our dissatisfaction. However, to only change the appearance of our lives typically eventuates in the new place, career path, partner, activity, or hobby, losing its novel appeal and ending as abruptly as it began. Like a caged rat within its spinning wheel, our restless search for something, somewhere, or someone different resumes. Oversight to the futility of superficial change potentially sends us on a wildly blind and even reckless search for things to change about our lives and who we seem to be. This is all motivated by the false belief that we are indeed improving ourselves and advancing. Rarely do we stop and ask the questions, have I actually moved? Has anything really changed? Why, after the initial buzz of something new, do I feel the same inside? Instead of such self-inquiry, we chase after further means of escape in the multitude of distractions available to us. This buries and separates us further from assessing the satisfying state of being that we seek. Therefore, it serves us well to recall the truism, excuse me, guys, truism, less is more. that instead of adding more to our lives to move forward, less is actually required. This is exactly what I was trying to say. Releasing all that we no longer need to carry within moves us imperceptibly and yet irreversibly forward. Such significant and sustainable change is then able to be genuinely reflected in our external lives. If our internal baggage remains in the same spot, so do we. Nature teaches us this through example. Its cycles of decay, regeneration, and growth model the true meaning of forward movement. Every year, fruit-bearing trees die in their fruitful self and shed their leaves. They release all of the dead weight to recreate anew in spring. What remains of the tree in winter is that which sustains it, extending itself ever upward and outward toward the sun. Through the winter, the remaining tree trunk and branches seem to be in stillness. However, it is from all that is unseen within its trunk and beneath the soil that the newness of its life emerges. Should we remain still long enough, the beginnings of our true movement forward will come from within. This card shows up to invite you to sit within the present moment, shut your eyes to the drama, and review your inner landscape. Know that everything you release from within this stillness is a step taken forward. Moving forward in the physical plane through the form of a new location, job, project, or relationship only works when it reflects the new territory one has already arrived at from within. What we leave behind releases us forward. I mean, if you remember this magician and this chariot energy and this Nine of Swords, there's a clear path, but we have to take something out of the equation, or some things out of the equation. So my loves, I'm wishing you a happy 11/11 portal. I'm sending you guys a lot of love, and I'll see you in the next one.